Morning, welcome to Erie Shores Prepping. I'm your host Greg. Beautiful, beautiful morning out here in rural America. And I want to talk to you today about funneling technique into what we call a kill zone. And it is a technique used by the military to take advantage of lazy people who want to take the path of least resistance and potentially coming up to your home, robbing it, vandalizing it, breaking into it, whatever you want to call it. So the property goes all the way out into the woods, and say you're saying, okay, this is an SHTF scenario. I also have to deal with trespassers during deer season. We've already seen one yesterday, and we had to yell at him to get off the property, which he turned around and did and flipped us off. But that's how I have to deal with it. So now I got tired of dealing with it. So over the years, I developed or followed a funneling technique. And what I did was I cut down a lot of trees we were using for firewood. I saved the branches and created a stick fence, interlocking with 2-strand barbed wire, steel gauge. And you hear the goat bell on there. So people are not going to walk, if you have any common sense, walking through the barbed wire or over these piles of sticks, because you'll get your ankle stuck in there, you'll sprain an ankle, break a leg, whatever, and then you would be in trouble having explained why you're on the property. So again, this is the path of least resistance. People want to do bad things in an SHTF. So now they're heading up here and saying, oh, I see a house at the top of the hill. Let's sneak up behind them. Well, you're being funneled into a location now called the kill zone. All right, got barbed wire all the way up, and suddenly they're looking at a really steep hill with more barbed wire on both sides, fencing and everything else. And now you have motion lights kicking on all around you, and you're standing here like a deer in headlights, waiting to be either arrested or eliminated, depending on if it's an SHTF. Now, that's the funneling technique to defend your home. This won't do you any good in an apartment or cookie cutter suburban neighborhood where all your houses look the same. You have 10 feet between the houses and a standard 100 by 80 lot. You're not going to be able to do this. This is more for a rural setting in which you have property to protect and defend. Now, in order to defend your property, you're going to have to know how to shoot proficiently, accurately, with full daylight or nighttime. And I have motion lights surrounding this kill zone. You're not going to get away. All right? And when I say you're not going to get away, you're going to have to jump over this, 2 strands, get past this, which you're not going to do without making any noise, plus get past this, and there's more barbed wire there, and then there are selected motion lights at what I told you before at different yardages. So there's trip wires, trip lights, and everything else. You come onto this property to do something bad, you're going to pay for it. Now, I built this homemade shooting range. I have sandbags all the way down here because bullets will pass through pressed wood very easily and keep on traveling. And safety is the key. So I got hard maple logs here, sandbags right here, a couple cinder blocks, and then behind it, I have these huge, heavy oak wheels that are over a foot thick, topped by a tire filled with sandbags and sand, and on top of it, more sandbags with hard maple and oak. All right, so you get group in there, one person in the kill zone, and it's an SHTF. You're going to have to defend your property, and you're going to have to make decisions quickly. So you have to be proficient with your weapon. Now, after not practicing for 3 months, you see my shots, and I spray painted this. My shots are way out of the preferred range, but these are all still lethal shots, I beg your pardon, but not where I want to be, which means I was shooting high left, my grip was wrong. So once I adjusted it, I started getting them into center mass and up here where it's lethal. But bullets pass through, safety, safety, safety. This is part of defending your property in an SHTF. More tips and an actual demonstration, which takes me years to do. All right, it's beautiful out here and I am enjoying it and I give thanks. Okay, just some of the dark side of prepping, but something you need to know. Hope it never comes to this and I can just practice my shooting just for fun, but that's what possibility is. Get yourself right with God, get baptized. Thanks for liking and subscribing to my channel. Greg out.